In last week's video, Bishop Mike Lowry reminded us the vision for vital congregations we continue to hold as United Methodist Christians in the world today. Reverend Mike Slaughter talked about the way the 4 areas of focus can inspire innovative ministries in our local churches, our annual conferences, our general agencies, and across our global church. The Connectional Table plays an important role in stewarding the resources necessary to carry out that vision and engage in ministry. This week, 2 leaders of the Evaluation and Accountability Group of the Connectional Table will share the work they've been a part of over the past quadrennium. This body has taken time to listen and learn from our connectional structures and leaders in our connectional structures so that we can build capacity for mission, develop a culture of continuous improvement, and communicate the impact of our ministry to the world. Reverend Dr. Tamara Brown is an ordained clergy member out of the Kentucky Annual Conference and served as the chair of Evaluation and Accountability. Reverend Marc Brown is the director of Connectional Ministries in the Virginia Annual Conference and led the task force focused in on relationship building within our agencies and our annual conferences. Let us turn to them now.
As a member of the Evaluation and Accountability team with the Connectional Table for this quadrennium, my primary responsibility was to be in contact and relationship with our general agencies around how they were aligning their work with the 4 areas of focus and congregational vitality. To assist in that process, there was a questionnaire that was sent out, and each agency was asked to respond to that questionnaire. And they also were asked to include information about how they went about their own evaluation process for their ministries. Each agency responded in a timely fashion. I had the opportunity to review each of their responses, sometimes 20 pages in length, sometimes 50 pages in length, for a total of about 240 pages of responses. In turn, there was communication back with the agencies, asking either for clarification when there were questions related to the agency's work, affirmation when there was good news to share about the agency's work, and then there was also communication enabled between the agencies related to where they might do more cross work together in the ministries of our church. As we move forward in this quadrennium, there's also been an emphasis on how the general agencies can relate best to annual conferences. A part of that process has involved sending out a questionnaire to our directors of connectional ministries and receiving back 24 responses related to the work of the agencies, how that's being experienced in our annual conferences, and how that might be improved. As we are looking forward to our next quadrennium, that work will continue forward. The primary goal is to build relationship as we seek to fulfill the mission of making disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. So as we work together in that, our goal is to build capacity for our work together to greater fulfill the mission of our church.
And I'm excited to be here to introduce you to a portion of that work that I was involved in the past quadrennium, and that had to do with evaluation and accountability. I was the chair of that group, and our task in the last quadrennium was to design an evaluation tool that would enable us to assess how we were doing as a whole church, the Big C, in moving in the 4 areas of focus. Prior to this quadrennium in which I served, the evaluation had been limited to boards and agencies. But as we read the Book of Discipline, we had a broader understanding. And so we sought to evaluate more of our connection together. And it takes more than program-related boards and agencies to accomplish the lofty goals that God has set before us. Our first task was to figure out why we would do such a thing. And we came up with 3 reasons why. The first, and these are in no particular order, one reason was to communicate about our impact in the world. Another reason was to build capacity. And a third was continuous improvement. You know, it's difficult to get better, improve, and know how to do that if you don't have any measure, any yardstick to use. And so our goal was to develop a tool that at the beginning of the next quadrennium would be able to be used to gather baseline information about how we're doing as a connection in the 4 areas of focus, so that we could then communicate our impact in the world in those areas, look at how to build capacity so that we increase our ability to work and to make progress, and also continuously improve, ever wanting to get better. That was the lofty task that we had, and at the same time we also needed to pay attention to budgetary matters. So evaluation of boards and agencies, a component of that is connected to allocations. And so what we decided, and we got broad agreement to this, was that we would not change the percentage allocations for boards and agencies while we created and then tried to live into this new tool. Now, a number of things that came up as challenges for us as we tried to do that work. Number one, there was a problem with our language, right? This is what I said I was going to come back to. That word evaluation sent up all kinds of red flags for people. We meant it to be this positive thing, but nobody else heard it that way. So we thought maybe we need to change the word so that the negative baggage typically associated with that word, which that baggage had to do with evaluating in the sense of winners and losers, in the sense of giving grades to people. And so some people get A's and some people get F's, and somehow that's going to be connected to whether one group continues or not, or has their money cut, or these kinds of things. We didn't mean any of those things, but admittedly that baggage comes with the word evaluation. So then we started saying assessment. We thought, a better word. Turns out that's got baggage too. So then we said, what we're really talking about is alignment, right? How all those 5 aspects of our church, Council of Bishops, GCF&A, Connectional Table, boards and agencies, and annual conferences, how they are working together, aligning to make movement in these 4 areas of focus.